Hey everybody, in what is becoming an increasingly familiar sight, we have some more towers behind us. Look at that. I went ahead and stamped down 2 more production chains just in between episodes to speed things up. We're making some glass over here. It's the standard smelter. Nothing's really changed. It's the exact same one as the iron plates and the iron and magnets over there, just switched over for glass. And extended slightly because the recipe on the glass is a little slow. It's I think it's 2 seconds and 2 stone. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. As you can see, I now have array receivers, bang boom, and these guys, the big boys, the railguns. So, railguns shoot solar sails. These things here, if I can show you one, there we go. Rayguns shoot solar sails into orbit, and the ray receivers collect the power that those solar sails generate. So, right now, what we need to do is stamp out a ton of solar sails. We also need to do this craft over here. Where is it? This one. We need to make titanium alloy today so that we can start to make interstellar logistics vessels and interstellar logistics stations, meaning that we can move resources between planets and star systems. I'm also now going to start upgrading these plants. This will be the last plant we build that is using yellow belts. And I know I've said that a few times, but this time I really mean it. The only reason being that we are producing at yellow belt rates, so, sort of making end products at green belt rates, 12 items per second instead of 6, it's not going to work, because we just won't be able to keep up with the production costs, right? Alright, and let's set this up. I think actually I don't need to worry about the proliferation. We can clear that, because we can just bring that in from this machine to there. It's a nice thing about lining these up properly, and from this machine to there. This is just fed from one of the towers down there somewhere. I don't actually know. I think it might be this one. Alright, the first graphene has arrived. It's quite a long trip. Actually, it's quite an extremely long trip from the graphene over there to here. So why don't we go ahead and improve our logistics bots? We can make them move a little faster, and we can make them carry a little more. It'll give us an extra 5. I think they're currently at 25, so that's a pretty decent boost. And they'll fly, what's it, 10% faster? They're drones, sorry, not bots, right? Yeah, they're drones. So they'll fly 20% faster, that's definitely worth getting. In fact, you know what? I'm going to queue up all of these upgrades. It's pretty expensive science-wise, but it seems good. This also improves our logistics vessels, the big boys, when we eventually begin to fly with those. But this is fine. And then I think, yeah, we start getting into pretty dangerous stuff. But I'm going to get all the way up. So we're going to go from 25 to 30 to 35, thank you, to 40 to 50. So they'll carry 50 per trip. That's going to double their capacity, meaning we use half as much power, because they use the same amount of power to fly the same distance, but they'll carry twice as much. So that's pretty amazing. We'll do the same amount of work in half as many trips. Let's just stamp this out. Okay, that's looking gorgeous. Now we can fill in the inside. And I haven't run out. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start over here. I would like an interplanetary logistics station for this, but it's okay. An interstellar one, sorry. But I think we'll just start over here. You get built. I want you to request solar sails as best you can. Take your stack. Okay, well, we'll request them in a second. Let's get our power to here. I'm going to clean out all these wind turbines. Anywho, give me my Dyson Sphere Program tab. Our first builds over here are now available. We're going to stamp down a ton of EM rail ejectors, as close as they'll fit. This is going to be a little tricky to get them to line up. It always is. Okay, I'd rather have that one be the empty slot, because then we can pass the belt through it comfortably. Okay, you come here. I'm gonna hug it nice and close like. Gonna wrap the damn planet. You need to move forward. You need to move forward. You need to move forward. Come together now. Over there. Do it like this. And like that. That looks a little better. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, this is where we put the splitter. Now I'm remembering. That way we don't have anything sitting idly on the line. It all comes in. And if I remember correctly, I want to output priority over there, and then we split down to the second ring. So the top ring always has input priority. At least that's the idea. So let's go ahead and start demanding these. And let's go ahead and set up our inserters. So we're going to want to set up the inserters on the next one as well, like before we do the copy paste function. I'm just bringing you guys along for the whole process here, because This is the first time we're setting it up, and that's how I like to do things. Alright, and then we're going to need power. Now, the issue is that you can't have stuff too close to these EM rail ejectors because they aim really high. So what I found the best way to do this is to kind of figure out where your next row is going to be, which in our case is going to be, let's put it here. Run your path. Create your stamp like that. Oh, this is also going to have to be a splitter, sorry. Come in, and then there'll be a line, of course, as we know now, coming in from here. Awesome, and then we want to set the priority up on this guy as well. Could you click on him? Could you click on him? Thank you. Filters on that side. Excellent. Okay, and we're going to run this around planet. Okay, there we go. So we've got some EM rail ejectors. Now we need to bring power in from them. And to do that, we're going to slap down these ray receivers. I suppose I don't have to do it all at once. Let's get these firing, and then we can move on to the next bit. So there'll be a spot somewhere in between all of this where you can fit these things. And it might be a bit of an uphill battle, but you'll be able to find it. I might have to move this second ring back a bit. Ah, that's exactly what I was hoping I wouldn't have to do. Just so that they fit. Oh, it's such a pain in the ass, this. Okay, I've moved them back a bit, and they should now fit. We should now be able... Yeah, so like over there was too close, over there is just fine. Alright, so before I stamp down the rest of these, I want to do one thing, which is going to be designing our orbit. So orbit number 1 is a perfectly flat horizontal orbit with the planet. The way you want to do this is you want to have a look at what your planet's orbital inclination to the star is, so that you always have an angle. So if we're firing from the South Pole, this planet has an axial tilt of... Where is it? Orbital inclination of 6.55 degrees. So we kind of want one that matches that. Because if we go completely horizontal, there will be times when we are obscured. Like where we're sort of... The curve of our planet is behind the horizon line relative to the sun. I don't know if that made sense. I don't even know if that was correct, what I just said. But it made sense in my head. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into here. We're going to design our orbit. We're going to add an orbit. And there's one of 56 degrees. No, we want to try and get an orbital inclination of 6.5 degrees. Hit enter on that. So it's just slightly off the horizontal. I think this is the way you want to do it. Or do we want to go negative 6.5 degrees? Oh, you can't do that. Okay. What would negative 6.5? That would be 186.5 degrees. Flipped. Okay, 180 is the max. I see. You would flip the longitude. There we go, like this. That's how you rotate it. I see. Let's put it on a 180, just so that it's relative to that plane. That makes sense. And the radius, I'm actually going to make it a little bigger, so it's a little easier to find a point we can hit. I think is probably. Or do we want it smaller, that it's close to the sun, produces more power? Let's put it a bit closer to the sun. Let's put it at 5,000 meters from the sun. God, the sun is tiny, man. A little pocket star. Okay, so that's orbit number 2. What we're going to do is we're going to go to these guys, and we're going to select orbit 2 all the way around. Can I shift paste that over? I can. Nice. I just paste these. And these. Okay, it's not working. It's because the angles are all weird. Because these are technically due to 2 different grids, because of the way I built it, because I'm stupid. Alright, so you'll see they'll pivot to turn when it's time. You'll be on orbit 2. We could do 2 different orbits. It's a good way to make sure that you can always hit something. But I'm just going to do it like this for now. Mostly out of laziness. And of course, if we do the shift click, it will copy the orbit that it's targeting as well. Alright, these are going to need their power poles. And I find it's just easy to stick them straight behind. It's a little bit manual, but it works. There we go. They are beginning to aim. Oh, they're starting to shoot. No, stop shooting. Stop shooting. I want to show them. Okay, we're going to show it in a sec. I want to get them all going first. Then we'll show it all off at once. There we go. This goes there. That goes there. That goes there. We're missing a bit of foundation. That seems important. Okay, cool. And the guns are firing. But as you can see, we can't really see the orbit right now. Only 4 of the 20 guns we've got can actually see it. But they are shooting towards the sun. And they are beginning, come over here, and they are beginning to form a little orbit around it. Can I get them in frame? There they are. There are all my little solar sails. So the planet's going to shoot them at the sun, and they are starting to produce power. How cool is that? Now, one thing we could do to try and improve this is to make a vertical line. We can actually give that a shot. Let's see if that helps. If we want to make another orbit, let's call it like orbit 3. And let's put these guys on it. Let's edit an orbit. Let's make orbit 3 here. Orbit 3 is going to have an orbital inclination of 90 degrees. There we go. So it's pretty much perpendicular to the other one. But we'll keep it consistent, 96.5. So it's sort of actually... Well, actually, it's gone the wrong way. It should be 83.5, but whatever. We'll call that... Oh, let's do it properly. 83.5. There goes 90 degrees to the other one. The longitude of the axis is the direction it faces from. I actually kind of want that to point at... Let's point that at 300. See if that makes a difference. Okay, cool. And then we send it. 9,000 kilometers. Do it. So can you reach that orbit now? Yes, you can. And that's just because it's at a higher angle, so they're able to reach it more easily. So why don't we put the inner ring on orbit 3, and our outer ring can be on orbit 2. And that way, between the two of them, we'll be able to pull power from them equally. Between the two of them, we'll always be able to reach. So we're going to want to get some upgrades to make sure that this actually functions, though. Looks like we bottomed out on research. And those functions are solar sail life. This one here, it means that because the solar sails have a set lifespan, they'll fall out of the sky eventually. We're going to just boost that lifespan by as much as possible. It means we use less resources to produce the power. And we're going to get solar ray efficiency as well, so we get more power out of the resources we do create. Very cool. So if we have a look now at our Dyson sphere, it is producing 15.1 megawatts. That's not much. That's not much at all. But we're going to make it work for us. We're going to slap down a few more rings here. Okay, but ray receivers can go here. Actually, I'd like to do them like this because you can eventually run a certain element through them. It's called a gravitational lens, and it means that they just fit a little better. Like you can give them some more efficiency, fit a little better. This allows them to fit together better later, which means they don't have to move much. All right, so these guys will now draw power from the Dyson sphere, or in this case, the Dyson swarm, at the highest rate they can. So how many do we have? We have 7 of them. They're pulling in 1 power, and the thing is, as they continuously receive power, this will double, and then they'll be able to pull out their maximum potential. All right, so what we're going to do is, before we go back, then we're going to set up one more build, and we're going to head over to the other planet and grab a boatload of titanium in our pocket because it's been crafting. But we want to get titanium steel, or what's it called, advanced titanium alloy smelting done, because with advanced titanium alloy smelting, we'll actually be able to build the interplanetary ones that allow us to import titanium directly. Alright, so throw me down a tower. Let's stick it over here. Alright, this tower is going to be exclusively designed to make titanium alloy. It's a 3-in, 1-out smelter plant. A bit different from everything else we've made so far. Take max, you're going to go on full. You are going to bring in titanium, steel, and sulfuric acid. Titanium, steel. Can't choose duplicate items. Where's my steel? Steel and sulfuric acid. I have a feeling we don't actually make enough sulfuric acid, but oh well. We'll put that on 2,000, 2,000, 4,000. Actually, I think we don't have enough steel. That's probably going to be the painful part. You will get a power pole right there. Then, let's have a look at this recipe. Let's make some intelligent design here. Recipe is this one. So this guy takes in 4 titanium, 4 steel, and 8 sulfuric acid every 12 seconds. If we simplify that, so we basically make 1 titanium steel every 3 seconds. In order to make our golden number of 6 per second, we would need 9 machines per, I believe, right? No, 18 machines. 18 machines to make 6 per second. Yes, that tracks. But we'll need 2 sets of that, because it'll make 3 per second, so 2 sets of that. Yeah, okay, cool. So we need to do, but now we can use our blue belts. We're going to pull in you. So we'll have a central line here, I think. So I want you to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 15, one more, 18. There we go, it just fits. Ooh, good spacing. And then give me a copy of that. And stamp that over here on the next to it. I think that's the right spot. That looks right. Alright, let's run our power poles down the run. Okay, blueprint saved. Titanium alloy tower smelter. It remains to be seen if this is built correctly. I have not done the maths, as I at this point, honestly, is just kind of the channel motto. But yeah, we have not done the maths, so we'll find out shortly enough anyway if it is actually functional. But that's not going to work anyway because we need titanium to do this. And we need titanium to make the rest of the stuff worth our time, so let's go ahead and get ourselves some titanium. But this will make titanium alloy, even if it doesn't make it at a perfect rate. Alright, and we are flying to our little neighbor here. We're going to go over to Bow 82 and pick up the... there it is. And we're going to go pick up the titanium that we've been smelting in the meantime. That titanium is going to provide us with everything we need in order to produce the interplanetary stations. Oh, the Bow 82 also needs some more solar panels. The power load is at 3%. Yeah, Bow 82 is probably fine. Probably fine, but I will be coming back here and tapping all of these veins. And we're probably going to turn this into a smelter planet. So what we'll be doing is importing all of our ores to here. Like from the entire solar system, we'll import all ores here. Probably set up one of the poles for that purpose. And then it will be smelted here into the various plates and then shipped back out wherever it needs to go. And that's just, centralization is simplification, right? So we're going to grab our titanium. There it is. We should probably grab a bunch of silicon as well. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is get an inventory of silicon. Alright, just stack me up. There we go. Whoops. Picked up too much. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Put that back. Okay. And then we're going to take as much of this as I can carry. I got two towers plus a... we got 2 towers plus... 2 storage towers plus a grid there. So that's 2 storage towers. We can take another 5,000. That's 3,000. Okay, that's too much, but it's okay. We'll just drop some on the floor. Uh-oh. There we go. 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 Another 500. Can that go in there? It can. Almost 35 more. Come on. It's got to be a spot for this. There it is. I've already set up the bus here to start accepting titanium alloy once it gets made. And as you can see, it's already en route. A titanium alloy will be brought over here and turned, taking our regular stations. We're actually going to want 3 stacks of these now, and turning them into, what are these things called? Interstellar logistics stations. That's all we're waiting on. We've got the part. Oh, here comes the titanium alloy. Awesome. In fact, can I just... oh, it's already all on the belt. Alright, perfect. It's being fed in. Being fed in means that this is going to start to produce. What is it? Is it 40 at a time? Yep. Real slow, but it works. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. And 38. Oh, we're just shy. Oh, I think I just need to switch these around. Let's do... you go from here into there, and from there into there. That way we have no wasted on the belt. Those are quite expensive after all. Alright, fantastic. Again, I think steel's going to be the first thing to run out here, because we don't actually have a dedicated steel plant, like, properly producing. But we'll do that on our foundry planet when we get to it. Okay, there we go. This is going to be our new blueprint, the 2-in-1-out tower. I have saved it. This is going to be making our logistics vessels engines. That's what they need to get started. Use a lot of this reinforced titanium for it, but you don't need a lot of these right now, like at all, because you can only put 10 per interplanetary logistics station, by the way. So you don't need to freak out too much about making sure you've got like 1 million of these things. You can only put 10. I'll just stress it again. So we're going to limit all of that to like 500 at a time, and we're going to say demand, and that's going to go off and get started. We will, of course, be proliferating the engines. We don't have to worry about proliferating the output thrusters, though, I don't think. As in, I don't think we have to worry about proliferating the machines themselves. I don't think they actually benefit anything from it. Maybe they're a little bit faster. I'll have a look, but I don't think they actually gain anything. Let's have a look. If we mouse over them, it will affect the... if the raw materials of this recipe have proliferated point, the effect of the production speed up can be obtained. So we'll make them faster if we proliferate the inputs, but proliferating the actual items themselves is not necessary. But it is worth it to proliferate these things because we get extra products, which is pretty damn sweet. And the extra products, by the way, is this blue ring you can see moving inside the orange one. It's currently winding up to full, and tick, as you get it, you get another free item. It's pretty sweet, I think. 20% productivity boost is certainly not something to turn your nose up at, that's for sure. Okay, solar sail life is being boosted even further. We're probably out of titanium again, if I had to guess. So I'm going to very quickly stamp down another one of these, which is currently outside the blueprint book. As you know, we will be adding this as is needed. And this is going to make the actual towers. It collides with other object. What object are you colliding with? With me, I think. Alright, grand. Oh, those are real cozy. I pushed that right up against each other. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. Yeah, you are going to make these actual things. Oh, this is a 3-in, 1-out, so we're going to have to adapt the blueprint slightly, and that's perfect. Gives us an excuse to do just that. I will leave the proliferator in here. We just won't use it on this machine. Okay, so you're going to bring out output 3. Output 3 is going to go to there. You're going to bring out output 3. It's going to go to there. We are now also, as you can see, using the assembling machines Mark II. These have a 100% craft rate. These have a 75% craft rate, which means that even though you're building 6, you're actually always getting a bit less. It's very trivial to just go ahead and upgrade these. It will still work. It will still work. As in, we could just go ahead and upgrade all of these, and I will at some point once the power situation's a little more stable. Alright, well, we don't need to have this recipe right now because we're going to be blueprinting this. But it is just that easy. Oh, we should probably add the second set of inserters before I go around saying it's easy. We'll do it on the end here. By the way, if you're wondering why I always leave a little bit of space, it's so that when the grid changes, like let's say you build this somewhere else on the planet to where I'm doing it, it allows the inserters to sort of just adjust for the distance because they can get kind of weird with the spacing otherwise. Alright, let's grab this. This will be our 3-in, 1-out tower. And we're going to slap that down with one of these markers so we know which one it is. Save that, paste that, and saved. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, we are moseying along here. Alright, you're gonna make me logistics vessels. We're gonna store like, I don't know, like 200 at a time. That's like 20 interplanetary stations worth. We don't need much at all. Let's just clarify, what do you take? You take 10, 10, and 2. Alright. So we definitely want number 3 to be the lesser of the 2 evils here. This will be you guys. This will be 10 processes, right? 10 processes, 10 steel. Yeah, steel. Processes. So I want to make like 100 at a time, so I'll need going to be 1,000, 1,000, and 200 of these. Yeah, so even supplying as much as we do here. What are we supplying? 500? Yeah, that's too much. Let's supply 200 at a time. You don't use those in anything except these. Right now. Anyway, they might change. But right now, that's all you use them for. Okay, demand, demand, demand. Fantastic. Alright, and you guys get making, please. This is probably like way overbuilt, considering the scope we need here is you know, much less. That's okay. Like we don't need this many resources committed to this, but that's okay. It's, you know, it's really fine. Really fine. I'm actually gonna halve this. Let's make 50 as a backup, just because I don't want these resources sitting in these machines, you know, not being utilized. 500, 500. Yeah, so it means that there's 1,000 spread around between the two. I'm happy with that. I think anything more than that is completely unnecessary. Also, I think I'm going to actually just give you 8 for now. Sorry, 20 bots. You don't need 50. These do still take CPU cores, which is a little pricey. I think 20 drones is more than enough. Oh, don't do that to me. Hold on. Also, we need to turn that off. Yeah. Just give me 20 drones. Just give me 20 drones. Okay, put 22 and then take off 2. Get there. We're gonna get there. There we go. And put the 20 in there, and then we can organize that. Perfect. All right, nice. And this proliferator is not gonna do anything, so we can actually just pop that out. All right, great. We don't need to proliferate these bad boys. It doesn't do anything for us. So let's grab up the 70 we've got there. As you can see, they stack to 50. We're gonna fly over this way, grab our interplanetary logistics stations. And come on. Ah. They should have made a few of them for me by now. I got 3. I'll take 3. So what are you lacking on? You lacking on this? What are you lacking on? You lacking on nothing. What the hell's the problem? Oh. I see. I've goofed. I've gaffed. I've made a kerfuffle. This goes in there. This goes out to there. Yeah, there we go. Now they're making them. Okay, cool. So we're actually completely fine on that front. Which one of you brings in the proliferator? There you go. Take a stack of this. It is going to affect the strength of it, but, you know, I don't really care. This is where we're doing our shooty bang bang. I'm going to actually upgrade this tower right now. Oh, they're going to hate this. It's going to drop everything on the floor. And then we're going to put down a interplanetary logistics station in its stead. Oh, it's big. Gunk. Look at that. And then I'm going to put these guys in there. I'm going to put these guys in there. We don't need 100. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's just do 100. Screw it. Min load of drones is going to get maxed out. You got 5 slots. They stack to 10,000. Yeah, you're going to locally demand, remotely supply solar sails. This means this is how we're going to distribute them to the rest of our network since we're making them here. Pick up what we've got. Stick them in there. Pick up what we've got. And you know what? Just put all of them in here. Like, I want you to request 10,000 at a time, all right? So they're going to locally demand it and remotely supply it. It means to the interstellar network. Then I want you to bring in some... Do we do exports on... What pole is this? Is this the dang north pole? Let's do imports on the south, exports on the north. Let's fly down this way. And we're going to land over here. Ow. And we're going to set up one of these dead center here as well. Too close to the logistics station. Don't do this to me. It's so pretty right there. Oh. Oh, don't do this to me, game. I'm going to have to move this. I'm going to have to... You know what? I don't even care. Get out of here. This is worth it. This is maybe worth it. In fact, we could just run the science through this thing. That makes more sense. Imports come in here. So you're going to import science, red science, gold science. And my reason for that is, you know, we might make it elsewhere at some point. And then you can also import titanium and silicon. Local supply, remote demand, remote demand, remote demand. Remote demand, remote demand, remote demand, local demand, local demand, local demand. Fantastic. Get sucked up. Okay, cool. So we've done that. Let's go ahead and give this guy his 10 ships. Fantastic. And you can have 100 drones as well. Why not? And then we're going to have to head over to the other planet and set that up. Let's go ahead and power this. This is going to hurt. Ouch. Ouch, indeed. Alright, so that is indeed bringing in all of these machines. That is cool. Let's go grab some more drones and a couple more interplanetary stations. Oh, we only need one interplanetary station right now. We will need regular planetary stations, though, to move the titanium and silicon around. Give me more drones. Is it you? It's you. See, I don't need to be storing up 2,000 of these, but whatever. I suppose we do use more drones than the other ones. Alright, and fly me to the moon. We have landed. Alright, now we need to make some use out of this place. So I'm thinking we're going to slap down a tower. Let's do the same thing as we did before. So it was import on the north, export on the south, right? Alright, well, whatever it is, we're going to be imports. We'll do exports on the blue tick over here, which the game is telling me is the South Pole. Alright, so red is the North Pole. That makes sense. That does actually line up with, like, you know, every international standard established to date. We're going to be exporting all of these basic resources from here. That'll be local demand and remote supply once we can start producing it, because we're going to be bringing stuff here to smelt. Alright, so now all we need to do is go up to our previous positions and just stamp down, like we did before on our home planet, a couple of towers. And then bam boom, they're on the network, and then that means they're also going to be on the interstellar network once that starts firing up. Oh man, it's just so simple. Gotta love it. You give me these. You supply you with those. Go ham, buddy. And already the drones fly. Alright, the very first of our interstellar logistics vessels has actually taken off now, and we can watch them do their thing. So here comes one now. I think we should actually be able to see them flying between the planets as they have items to ship. Hold on, give it a second. Oh, there comes one now. He's taken off. Oh, and there comes another. He's taken off too. Off he goes. He's carrying a load of silicon back to the other planet. So what they'll do is they'll take off from here. They rise up. They fly off. If they're picking things up, they drop down the center hole, just like the rest of them. Oh, here comes one to pick it up now. Let's have a look. So he's going to bank. Oh, he actually might be landing. I think he was returning from a run. How awesome is that? So we have, yeah, titanium and silicon are currently flowing all the way back home. I'm going to save us a little bit of power and just grab a load on my way back. But we have completed interstellar logistics. Awesome. We're now going to, I think the next episode's focus is going to be on turning this into a power planet by wrapping it with solar panels, and then following that, turning it into a... In fact, I might just do the solar panels in between episodes, because, oh my god, look at that, though. And we're going to be then turning this power planet into a foundry planet as well. So any surplus power will be exported to the rest of our colonies as we start to build them. But any... oh man, we can see we're starting to fill in oceans on this thing. But any... Yeah, so surplus power will be exported, and any power that we produce there will also be consumed, of course, to do all the refining, because that means that we can simplify the needs of places like this. Oh, and for some reason, you don't have power? That ain't right. Drop that over there. Incredible, so we should start seeing these ships leaving then, once this goes down. Oh, here they go, they're landing, and they're dropping off the supplies on the inside. Oh, it's so cool! I love how they bank to, like, get into it. Oh, you can see them just pulling in there at the top of the screen. Can't quite get the camera angle right because they're so huge. But we should start seeing our ships taking off as well to go pick things up, not just to distribute them. Not just to request them, rather. But yeah, it is flowing. It is flowing. And we're probably going to want to get the next level of interstellar logistics capacity done. So yeah, we did so they're already carrying 300 at a time. But we need purple signs to get any further down that tree. Okay, so we didn't really get much further regarding much, to be honest, but we've done a lot. We've managed to make titanium alloy today. We've gotten our first interstellar stations built, but our first interplanetary transport going. We also have constructed our very initial Dyson swarm. 2 of them. In fact, God, they look cool. I'm going to go fly out to them, don't worry. Before this episode is out, I just want to grab some power packs, and then we'll head out that way. That's all we have time for today, but I'm not going to leave you on a cliffhanger. I am, in fact, going to I'm going to pay dividends right now, because you guys have been investing your time in this series, and I want you to enjoy it in all its glory. Let's go ahead and fly towards Ananas and the sun. You know, I know it was a bit of a risk to start this series. We haven't really played any factory games on this channel before, but scenes like this just make me feel like it was all worth it. Sure, they don't get the most views, you know, but people like it. They comment, and they get to witness a game like this. I really do think Dyson Sphere Program, oh, thanks for the research, interrupting my monologue, is one of the most incredible games I've ever played. It is genuinely phenomenal. Our ethereal solar sails, microns thick, harvesting up the power of the sun. It's keeping us going, man. Thanks for being here, everybody. Cheers. And of course, a huge thank you to the channel members and patrons for this month: Kelly Ananas, Call Me Bo 82, Old Man Tater, Frickin' Friendly Beaver, Knee Cruncher, Riley David, Rivo, Charlie Weber, Mermix, Officer C4, Not K Arthur, Adachi Fanboy, Couch Potato, LCG Canyon Sahar, Jack Smallman, Cut Beef Goham, I'm Alpha, you're damn right I am, The Senate, and Richard Berry. Thank you guys so much for the support. You are all amazing.